Coming up on OC News, the latest on the fires heating up Southern California and how residents can mark themselves safe to loved ones through social media.
Also, Time Magazine names its Person of the Year, and what local airport now gives travel goers the opportunity to learn CPR as they want for boarding. Stay tuned to find out all that more coming up.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us for our very last show of OC News. I'm Monica Deanda.
And I'm Brenda Villa. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
We now take you to anchor Kelsey Brink, who has the latest update on the current fire situation in Southern California that has left thousands evacuated from their homes.
The Skirball fire erupted 150 acres from the Getty Museum in Los Angeles. It has now spread 475 acres and is 5% contained. 54 Los Angeles Unified School District schools were closed, as well as Santa Monica Malibu Unified Schools. UCLA has also canceled their classes in tonight's men's basketball game due to the close perimeter of the fire. UCLA issued a statement saying that although there is progress and the campus is safe, traffic is too difficult for students and staff to reach campus. The fire has destroyed at least 4 homes and damaged 11 others. One of the estates destroyed belonged to media mogul Rupert Murdoch. Mandatory evacuations have already been in effect. This wildfire closed the 405 going in both directions, but has since been reopened. It threatens areas of Bel Air, Mulholland, the highway near Sepulveda Pass, and is headed towards UCLA. The overpowering Santa Ana winds are the culprit in this inferno and are still threatening to multiply the destruction. The winds are expected to go through Thursday, causing the fire to continue to spread into the weekend. The Skirball fire is one of 4 fires erupting now in Southern California and adds to destruction of almost 84,000 acres. The biggest of the fires is the Thomas Fire in Ventura County, which has spread to over 65,500 acres and still has 0% containment. The Rye Fire, west of Valencia in Los Angeles County, is 7,000 acres with 5% containment, and the Creek Fire, also in Los Angeles County, remains at 11,377 acres. With no rain in the forecast in the next couple weeks, let's take it over to Melissa, where she will tell us how the dry winds will affect the fires and the first responders fighting these fires.
Yes, thank you, Kelsey. The winds this week have been really strong, which is making it really tough for firefighters to maintain these wildfires starting off. And now currently SoCal is on a high wind advisory. Now, although winds weren't as strong today, winds are going to start picking up later tonight and going through Thursday and Friday into the weekend, slowing down a bit. As we see here, damaging gusts are going to expect to go to 80 miles per hour. And although just because these winds are going to start fires, they can also increase the possibilities of power outages. We actually experienced a power outage here yesterday on campus at around 12 p.m. Now, there is a red flag warning going into effect until 8 p.m. Saturday, and then that's going to do it all for the fire update. And stay tuned, because coming up later today, we'll take a look at the 5-day forecast and a look at the weather around the U.S.
Thank you, Melissa. As wildfires spread through the Los Angeles area, more residents are being put in danger, causing people to worry about their loved ones. Facebook has lent a hand in help with their safety check feature. This feature has been used in recent tragedies such as Hurricane Harvey and the Las Vegas shooting. This option allows the user to let friends know that they're safe, as well as search for friends in an affected area and ask if they are safe. Also on Facebook, there is the crisis response option that gives you information, news, and ways you can help during these disasters.
Up next on OC News, authorities make a positive ID on the body of a North Carolina 3-year-old who went missing shortly after Thanksgiving.
Also coming up, State Fullerton celebrated its 10th annual homecoming this past Saturday. Students of past and present came together for the annual celebration. All that and more coming up next on There's a Break.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert.
Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
This morning, President Trump announced that the Middle East leader's warning will spark unrest. Taylor Martinez has the details on President Trump's reaction and how quickly the U.S. will relocate their embassy in Israel.
This morning, President Trump officially recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and signaled the beginning of the movement of the U.S. Embassy.
I am also directing the State Department to begin preparation to move the American Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. This will immediately begin the process of hiring architects, engineers, and planners so that a new embassy, when completed, will be a magnificent tribute to peace.
During his announcement, Trump cited a law that Congress passed back in 1995, which talked about the movement and cited respect of Israel's recognition of the city as its capital. But since then, Presidents Clinton, Bush, and Obama all signed waivers every 6 months to halt the move because of the peace process and the national security interest. President Trump spoke with a number of leaders in Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Palestine on Tuesday. All of them were opposed to the move and expressed concern about stability in an already tense region. European allies, including France and the UK, have also asked the president to reconsider, and even Pope Francis expressed concern. They believed it could further complicate sensitive elements in peace negotiations. Not only does Trump disagree, but the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called the move an important step towards peace.
Today we call for calm, for moderation, and for the voices of tolerance to prevail over the purveyors of hate. Our children should inherit our love, not our conflicts.
The process of moving the U.S. Embassy could take years, and no other countries currently have their embassies in Jerusalem. Meanwhile, President Trump also said Vice President Pence will visit the region in the coming days. Back to the ladies at the desk.
Thank you, Taylor. After several sexual misconduct accusations, Senator Al Franken has been called on to resign by 32 Democratic senators and Republican Senator Susan Collins. Sexual harassment allegations against Franken have continued to erupt, causing the senators to enforce the resignation. Franken released a statement denying all the allegations. The resignation calls for Franken to resign come the day after Democrat John Conveyors of Michigan announced his immediate retirement.
3 days after a 3-year-old girl's body was found, it has been confirmed by the Onslow County District Attorney's Office that the remains belong to Mariah Woods, the suspect of an Amber Alert that gathered national attention. Mariah's mother reported her missing on November 27th, after 5 days of searching by Onslow County deputies, FBI agents, and local volunteers. Authorities arrested Mariah's mother's boyfriend, Errol Kimbry, on Saturday and charged him with concealing her death. There is still no cause of death as the autopsy results are still pending. Mariah's body has been returned to her family. A public visitation was held in Jacksonville today to mourn the loss and the death and celebrate the life of little Mariah Woods.
Los Angeles will become the largest city with legal recreational marijuana next year after the City Council of Los Angeles voted today to license sales and cultivation. The regulations passed in a 12-0 vote and now awaits the signature of Mayor Eric Garcetti. The review from the marijuana business is expected to generate more than $15 million tax revenue for the city next year. City Council President Herb Wesson said that the way Los Angeles has approached recreational marijuana will influence how other cities make rulings regarding the drug.
CVS may be known best for its drugstore business, but its healthcare component is about to get a whole lot bigger. And learn more on how to protect yourself from those wildfires. Aaliyah Becerra has more on health.
Officials have issued smoke and air quality advisories as several wildfires rage in Southern California. If you are near areas that have been affected by these fires, there are several things to keep in mind to protect your health. Residents, especially those with heart or lung diseases like asthma Older adults and children should limit any outdoor activity and use a filtering device to remove ash, soot, and dust from their homes. Also, refrain from using fireplaces, candles, vacuums, and of course, all types of smoking. It is also advised to keep windows and doors as closed as much as possible. If you are using an air conditioner, be sure that it's one that doesn't draw from air outside, but rather opt for one that has a recirculating option. When smoke is heavy for a prolonged period of time, fine particles can build up, even if you can't see them. So wearing a mask can prevent exposure to these large particles, but be aware that masks do not protect against the smaller, more harmful particles and toxic gases. Lastly, if you have symptoms of lung or heart diseases related to smoke exposure like coughing, shortness of breath, chest tightness, nausea, unusual fatigue, or lightheadedness, be sure to seek medical help immediately, as these could be life-threatening. Now on to one of the largest mergers in 2017. CVS Health announced Sunday that it has agreed to buy Aetna for $69 billion. Now, not only is this one of the largest mergers of the year, but it could also set the record for the largest American health insurance deal in history. Business experts are claiming this deal as an attempt by CVS to keep up with today's fast-changing healthcare industry. In a time of rising drug prices, changes in the Affordable Care Act, and online retailers like Amazon potentially entering the pharmacy companies, both CVS and Aetna are trying to appeal to customers that would rather access their medications through a phone call or an app. Together, these companies can cover most of the basic health services that people regularly use, and this merger could be useful at offering employers a one-stop shop for their workers' health insurance. But some are worried that this deal will leave customers with limited choices, as those with Aetna insurance will now be forced to go to CVS to get care for or fill their prescriptions. And with the holiday season just around the corner, airports will be busy with many travelers trying to get to their destination. If you are flying out of the John Wayne Airport, there is something you may want to stop and see. Those who have time to waste before they take off can stop by any of the 3 free kiosks inside and learn how to do a CPR in less than 5 minutes using their hands only. The kiosk goes step by step on how to compress the rubber chest on a rubber dummy. At the very end, the kiosk gives a score and tells users how to improve it. The idea comes after a life was saved where CPR was performed until first responders arrived at the scene. The kiosk machines were donated by Julia Argueros of the Argueros Family Foundation. And that will do it for today's health segment. I'm Aaliyah Becerra. Now back to our ladies at the desk.
It's starting to look a lot like Christmas in the East Coast. Melissa Vega has the latest on weather.
Good afternoon, and yes, that is right. We are starting to experience some snow down in the East Coast, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Let's start off with the weather here in the West Coast, starting off with San Fran at 60 degrees, Los Angeles 77, Phoenix 75. Now moving up to the Northeast, we see Buffalo at 35, Chicago 36, St. Marie at 29. And heading down here more to the East Coast, we see New York at 47 and Boston at 46. Now, we are starting to see colder weather temperatures down in the East Coast. Now, with cold air moving into the warmer lakes, that means we are starting to kick off the lake snow effect storm. Now, this storm is expected to start off tonight and continue to Thursday, and that means this weekend we will start seeing snow. In the northeast, we see there's going to be a lot of snow with looking at 18 inches of snow with the highest, and more in the East Coast. All of the cities down there are expected to see at least 1 inch of snow. Now let's move on to our current weather here in Fullerton. Today there was a high of 72 and low of 52 with winds at 7 miles per hour, humidity at 8, and the sunset was at 4:42. Now let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. Thursday, tomorrow, we will be at 79 with the low of 48. Friday, 78 with the low of 50. And now kicking off the weekend, we will start seeing those warmer temperatures start with the high of 87 Saturday and Sunday. And to kick off our week, Monday, we will be at a high of 85. And that's going to do it for weather today. Thank you for joining me. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Ahead on OC News, the joy of giving during the holiday season shines bright with Be a Santa for a Senior program.
Also, fan favorite TV show The Twilight Zone may be coming back with new episodes. Find out more after the break.
I'm only 17, but I know about investing. Believe in something, buy shares in it, watch it grow. So, what if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. I could be one of the first college graduates from my family, the first philanthropist from my neighborhood. And if I'm the first, then maybe there's a second and a third. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
Time magazine just uncovered their Person of the Year, and it's a movement. Ksenia Taranuk has this and more in entertainment.
Good evening, Titans, and thank you for joining me for this week's update on entertainment news. Musician John Mayer was hospitalized Tuesday morning for an emergency appendectomy. Mayer is recovering from the emergency surgery he underwent yesterday and is in good spirits, the band said in a statement. Mayer also tweeted, "I am so sorry that we couldn't finish out the last few dates of our tour. This band and these shows mean the world to me. Love you all dearly." Twilight Zone fans, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's officially been announced that a reboot of the television classic is coming to CVS All Access, and they have recruited a team well-versed in the genre. Comedian Jordan Peele will be producing the show and said in a statement, "Too many times this year, it's felt like we're living in Twilight Zone, and I can't think of a better moment to reintroduce it to modern audiences." The original Twilight Zone aired on CBS between 1959 and 1964, and it was known for using seemingly unusual tales with commentary on issues of the day, such as McCarthyism and the threat of the nuclear war. Time magazine has named the Silence Breakers of the hashtag MeToo anti-harassment movement as its Person of the Year. The cover pictures Ashley Judd, one of the first women to publicly accuse disgraced producer Harvey Weinstein of sexual harassment, Taylor Swift, former Uber engineer Susan Fowler, lobbyist Adama Ayu, and strawberry picker Isabel Pasquale. Time editor-in-chief Edward Feliciano revealed the cover on the Today Show, who had just fired anchor Matt Lauer amid allegations of sexual misconduct. Hashtag MeToo was started in 2006 by activist Tarana Burke, and its use has become a part of the national conversation in October after celebrities used social media to share their own sexual abuse stories in wake of the Harvey Weinstein scandal. The stories prompted outcry of people from all walks of life who also wanted to add their voices to the movement. The magazine interviewed dozens of men and women, including Rose McGowan, Megyn Kelly, Terry Crews, and who have all experienced sexual harassment in the workplace. And that's a wrap for entertainment news today. I'm Ksenia Taranuk, and thank you for tuning in, Titans. Back to you at the desk, ladies.
Last night in New York, Beyoncé presented Colin Kaepernick with Sports Illustrated's Muhammad Ali Legacy Award.
I accept this award knowing that the legacy of Muhammad Ali is that of a champion of the people and one who was affectionately known as the people's champ. I accept this award not for myself, but on behalf of the people. Because if it were not for my love for the people, I would not have protested. And if it was not for the support from the people, I would not be on this stage today.
Back in August of 2016, Kaepernick was the first NFL player to kneel during the national anthem in protest to police brutality and social injustices that were occurring in the United States. In her introduction, Beyoncé added, quote, "Colin took action with no fear of consequences or repercussion, only hope to change the world for the better," end quote. There is still controversy for the National Football League over this hot-button issue. The league owners currently have a deal on the table that would see a proposed $89 million donation towards social justice causes over 7 years. Final confirmation on the deal is still unknown at this time.
Cal State Fullerton's 60th anniversary was this past Saturday, and many former and current students came together for the sweet celebration. Reporter Cynthia Vargas-Ricio has the story.
An all-out jubilee occurred in Titan Gym Saturday night as Cal State Fullerton fans came to celebrate the school's 60th anniversary. Whether they came as students to cheer on their all-star basketball team or as alumni to reminisce on the Fullerton tradition, Cal State Fullerton's homecoming was a special experience for many.
Oh my goodness, the number of people has just consistently gotten higher and higher and higher with every homecoming that I've been to, and it's a good sign for Cal State Fullerton because of the commuter culture that we have here. It's hard for social people like myself to find a fitting in, as weird as that sounds, but when I see more people coming out to events like this, it makes me want to give back to the school.
It was exciting. It's different from most games because we had a lot of students here, a lot of parents, alumni, faculty, like old cheerleaders. It was great, to be around and have people chime along in with cheers and really just put out that emotion.
For one particular attendee, homecoming was a bittersweet moment as it would be her last as president of the university.
I leave, but you know what? I am representing 420 universities throughout the country, just like Cal State Fullerton, but Cal State Fullerton will always be number one for me. So I will represent you in Washington. I will represent you internationally. Know that I love each and every one of you, because I will always be a Titan. Because once a Titan, always a Titan. Love you, my Titan.
Staff, family, and students of the past and present all came together for Cal State Fullerton's 10th annual homecoming to honor the orange and blue. The men's basketball team beat Cal Lutheran 86-58 and will face off against Portland this coming Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Reporting for OC News, I'm Cynthia Vargas-Ricio.
With Christmas just around the corner, the Be a Santa for a Senior program reminds us of the joy that one can get from giving to others during the holiday season. CNN's Melissa Newman has the story.
A few years ago, Carolyn Goodson and Maria Minette had given up on having a good Christmas.
Because you don't have your family. You don't have your family. And I believe in families.
Think about how you would feel when you get older and have been forgotten or pushed aside.
Now they know someone will be thinking of them thanks to the Be a Santa for a Senior program. Representatives like Brittany Vina from People's Self-Help Housing help seniors sign up to receive gifts.
We have a team of social workers that go out into our affordable senior rental properties, and we've interviewed our residents, found out who's going to be home for the holidays alone and could really use a little holiday spirit. We've signed up this year close to 200 residents.
Using the information collected by People's Self-Help Housing, Meals That Connect, and the Seniors Nutrition Program, Home Instead Senior Care in Grover Beach helps create ornaments like these to go up on trees in businesses on the Central Coast.
It's the best part of the holidays. I love it. There's so many giving and needing programs out there, but I love that we don't forget our seniors.
Robin Adkins works at Slow Smiles, a dental office that's been collecting gifts through the Be a Santa to a Senior program for the past several years.
Every year our patients look forward to it. We start taking calls around October 31st saying, when is the tree going to be here?
Once the businesses collect their gifts, Home Instead Senior Care helps coordinate the gift wrapping and their deliveries.
Oh, it's amazing. Last year we got about 200 gifts that we were able to hand out to our seniors, and this year it's actually doubled.
For seniors Carolyn and Maria, these gifts make all the difference in the world.
I would like to meet sometime some of these people that are getting the gifts to give to us, to say thank you to them. I mean, look at us here. We're seniors, and they're thinking about us.
I think when anybody thinks about you and gifts you something, you feel really special. You feel like somebody cares.
With today being the last episode of OC News this semester, we would like to thank key members of our team that make the show run smoothly each week.
That's right. Thank you to our awesome production manager, Iraj Shadaram, directors Nathan Jeffers and Jeffrey Witten, and technical director Lucas Sermergadichian.
Also, floor director Wendy Garcia, audio master Trevor Broadwater, graphics Bradley Zingler, and finally our amazing faculty advisor Beth Bingham Georges. We appreciate all that you do to make us look great each and every week.
And last but not least, big thanks to our executive producer, Dominic Lorenz, who will be graduating this semester. Good luck, Dominic, and thank you for everything that you did for us. Thank you for joining us for our very last show of OC News. We've enjoyed being with you through this semester. I'm Monica Dianda.
And I'm Brenda Villa. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms as @OC News CSUF. Happy holidays.
Woo! We're going to do jig one more time.
OC News is sponsored in part by Univision Communications, Southwest Airlines, and Casanova McCann.